remember Acid Jazz, one of the first local rock bands to release a commercial CD packed with original music? Well then, I'm sure you remember guitarist Alan Kao. Kao and Asia Pop Films director Angelo Ibanez were on island recently, and I was able to catch up with this talented musician. First off, asking about Acid Jazz and Mud.
We didn't do the cover music route. We kind of did the original music thing, so that separated us from a lot of the local bands. And then years later, I started another band called Mud, and that also had just all Guam members. We moved to the States and been playing original music out there.
Kao is still going strong with a side project, a band called Seeking Empire.
With my new band that I have with Nicky Arclaro from Mud, with Paul Thomas from Good Charlotte. So that's where I'm at.
He explains how Seeking Empire was formed.
I decided to do a new project, and I was asking around for other musicians that I knew that were trying to do the same thing. And I came across a friend of mine named Phil Prestia, and he was playing in a band called the Paper Sons, and he was looking for a side project too. It just happened that he was working on material with Paul Thomas, and I happen to know Paul Thomas's brother, so it just snowballed from there. Like, hey, you know him too? Yeah, I know him too. So yeah, it just snowballed into Seeking Empire. So Paul joined the project on his breaks from Good Charlotte, and he started basically writing lyrics for us while we provided the music.
The band's sound is a musical mix of genres.
I think it's rock, alternative, a little bit of indie flair in there.
Filipino-American independent filmmaker Ibanez, who Kao has known for years, jumped at the opportunity to direct a pair of Seeking Empire's music videos, the first being one for the single Caving In, which was shot over a 3-day period in San Francisco, California, and the most recent single, Fairy Tale.
Usually I have an idea that I wrote down probably a while ago. Oftentimes bands come to me with an idea they have already, and then we both work together and kind of collaborate to refine it, to really send the message out there. Because when you're making music video, you got to send that message out in such a short amount of time. So that's where the ideas come from.
Although this was Ibanez's first time on Guam, he made the most of his 4-day stay.
I love it. Yeah, I love Guam. I've known a bunch of the Guam heads back in California, like back when I met Al years ago. Everyone just happened to be from Guam, and I'm curious, like, what's Guam? Where's Guam? It's Guam. And then being selected for the International Film Fest, like, that was just a perfect kind of opportunity to visit.
As for how the response has been to Seeking Empire's music and sound,
It was pretty good in the States. We just recently went from, I think, 8,000 fans on Facebook to like 12,000 fans after we released the Fairy Tale music video. So it's been pretty positive for the new video.
Kao admits for Guam, it's a little bit harder to achieving a big fan base.
Pretty much most of the bands on Guam focus on playing cover bands. So, and I guess the same thing with the fans out here. You know, everybody's used to hearing, hearing bands play their favorite, cover songs. So the response hasn't been as strong back here on Guam, but we're hoping that that if we keep releasing music videos and keep coming back and pushing, hopefully Guam will, or at least the fan base on Guam will grow.
Words are black engraved in your soul, given a life you can't control.
So what does the future hold for the musician and the talented director?
We're basically working on the next album, so we're gonna do another album and hopefully do some festival shows and stuff like that back in the States.
After this, I have another music video in the works for a different band, and I'm also currently in production for a vampire feature film called Vampiraya. So that's been in the works for the past few months, and still wrapping up the last few days of shoots for that.